Shadow of the Raven by R.J. It was on a particularly foggy Monday morning in Bangalore that the first call came in. I remember the chill in the air, a lingering reminder that winter still had a firm grasp on the city. I was brewing my second cup of Darjeeling tea when my phone buzzed. Drax, came the familiar baritone voice, calm and methodical. Meet me at the old Carlton house near Brigade Road. We have a death that doesn't sit right. I sighed. That meant CP was already 2 steps ahead of everyone else. Rajeev, CP, or simply CP as he was known in our circles, was not your average detective. He was once an assistant commissioner of police but had walked away from the bureaucracy after a particularly frustrating corruption case. Now he freelanced, but every top-level mystery in the state somehow found its way to him. When I arrived at Carlton House, a crumbling Victorian-era mansion, the place was buzzing with police activity. CP stood away from the crowd, examining a grand piano that sat strangely out of place in the middle of the ballroom. "You're late," he said without turning. "You said there was a death? What do we have?" He pointed toward the grand chandelier hanging above. Directly beneath it was the body of a woman, elegantly dressed, barefoot, and with a single raven feather tucked into the neckline of her blouse. "Anjali Rao," CP began, "daughter of Dinesh Rao, a powerful industrialist. Official word is she fell from the upper balcony. Accidental. But Drax, there are no broken railings, no slip marks, and most of all, no reason for a feather to be here." He handed me a small notebook. It was the victim's diary. I flipped through the pages. Most were filled with mundane notes, yoga classes, art exhibitions, private parties. But on the last page she had written a line repeatedly. "The Raven is watching. The Raven knows." Over the next 2 days, CP and I dived headfirst into Anjali's life. Her social circle was vast, but it became clear she had a secret life. Anonymous donations to an underground shelter, encrypted emails, and regular visits to a private art therapist named Manav Das. We met Manav in his studio, a dimly lit room smelling of turpentine and secrets. Anjali was terrified, Manav admitted. She said someone had uncovered her truth, that she had seen something she wasn't supposed to. "Did she ever mention the Raven?" CP asked, his tone suddenly sharp. Manav flinched. "Only once. Said it was a code name for someone who ran a shadow society." "A what?" "A group of influential people, politicians, businessmen, police. They eliminate threats to their secrecy. She believed they were following her." Our next visit was to Anjali's father. Dinesh Rao was not pleased to see us. "My daughter was mentally unstable," he declared. "All this raven nonsense is hallucination." CP leaned forward. "Then why is your personal secretary part of a private online forum called Corvus Nocturnus? Latin for night raven." Silence, then a cold smile. "Be careful who you accuse, detective. That night, someone tried to kill us. A car rigged with explosives outside CP's home. If he hadn't smelled the distinct hint of plastic explosives in the air, yes, he had trained his nose to detect such things, we would have been nothing more than an evening headline." CP didn't flinch. Instead, he turned to me with a grim smile. "Now we know we're close." The final piece came from an unexpected source, a USB drive hidden inside a sculpture at Manav's studio, surveillance footage, emails, names, and among them a masked figure known only as the Raven. It all came together in one explosive reveal. The Raven was not one man, but a role, a mantle passed among the elite to control blackmail, surveillance, and suppression. Anjali had discovered this by accident, recording a private conversation at a party. She paid with her life. We brought the evidence to the commissioner. Raids followed. Names fell. News broke. The city woke up. but the Raven disappeared. Weeks later, CP and I sat in our usual corner at the Cochin's restaurant. The city moved on. We hadn't. "Do you think we got them all?" I asked. CP sipped his black coffee. "Number, the Raven is not a person. It's a shadow. But shadows fade when you bring light." He looked out the window. "And we'll keep bringing light, Drax. One case at a time.